Prince Grayson reached out his hand toward her and asked, "May I have this dance?" Ebony felt uncomfortable as Prince Grayson looked piercingly into her eyes. She felt as if he was searching for something in the depths of her. It was unsettling. He was looking so deeply into her that she had to wonder if he had any idea she had a dragon. There is no way he knows that, she thought to herself. The way Nova is acting right now, I am barely aware I have a dragon. You look like you're having a wonderful time, he said politely as he artfully led her onto the dance floor. Happy birthday. You are the first one to wish me a happy birthday. Princess Ebony laughed. It's comfortable dancing with him when he isn't trying to stare me down, she thought. She was actually amazed by how well the Prince of Peroria danced. At least you're not stepping on my toes like a couple of other princes have done. She smiled. They danced quietly. Being in his arms made Princess Ebony wonder how women were really treated like in Peroria. Prince Grayson was already debunking the rumors of how horrible the men were from Peroria by his appearance and his mannerisms. She couldn't contain herself. Is it true Pyrorian women train for combat? She dared herself to ask. Prince Grayson raised his eyebrows at her, and for a second she thought he was going to laugh at her. She noticed a small twitch of his lips as if he wanted to smile when she looked up for his response. Such beautiful lips, Princess Ebony thought. She gave herself a mental slap. Stop it, she scolded herself, embarrassed by her thoughts. Yes, they are, Prince Grayson replied. She was relieved that he had spoken seriously and hadn't laughed at her. If they do they go to battle? Asked Princess Ebony. The words spilled out of her mouth before she could stop herself. I have never heard reports of female dragons taking part in battles with our dragons. Princess Ebony knew that this line of thought was dangerous in Ilarion, but her need to know was overwhelming her, and the one who had the answers was dancing with her. No one would suspect she was asking inappropriate questions, as this was the appropriate time to be with him. Princess Ebony began to doubt that Prince Grayson was going to continue answering her questions. She could tell he was having a discussion with his dragon. He is probably telling him to change the subject, she thought miserably. Prince Grayson shook his head at her. They have had no need to do so yet, he said. Disappointment flooded Princess Ebony. So they are not as progressive as they like other nations to think. She tried to hide how she felt with a smile. But we may need them one day, so it doesn't hurt to prepare, Prince Grayson quickly said. Oh, Princess Ebony said. His answer made her enthusiasm wane. What a bunch of hypocrites, she thought. It's probably just as horrible for women there as it is here. She had nothing more to ask and didn't care if the rest of the dance ended in silence. She was done with it all. They do fly patrols over Pyroria, he said simply. Okay, I'll bite, Princess Ebony thought, seeing the peace offering he was dangling in front of her. She couldn't fight her eagerness to learn what she could of this strange country and its customs. With male dragons? She asked, the excitement creeping back into her voice. She flashed a bright smile. Prince Grayson smiled back at her. She noticed he was trying to figure her out, but she didn't care. Not always, he answered. Sometimes they go out alone. But they train with the male dragons and practice drills with scenarios with them about what to do if our soldiers are gone fighting and our country is attacked. Really? Ebony's black eyes were sparkling with excitement now. She could not imagine such power in the hands of the women in Ilarion. She pictured the women of Ilarion fighting alongside their male counterparts, not giving a thought about how long it would take for them to develop their dragons to the point where they would even be assets to the military. What else? She asked breathlessly, the possibilities seemingly endless. She saw the skies filled with warrior women dragons. Prince Grayson had paused. Once again he was talking to his dragon, she could tell. Nova, she hissed. I need you now. Princess Ebony could sense Nova trying to back even further away from her like she was afraid. Nova, you are going to have a lot of explaining to do when we talk again, she exclaimed, feeling frustrated with her. We train the women soldiers how to defend Peroria in case of a border breach and an invading army is marching towards the castle. If this were to happen, there are ways to defend the castle that doesn't require a direct attack against them. Prince Grayson paused. Princess Ebony could tell that he looked uncomfortable and was choosing his words carefully. She looked up at him inquisitively. Prince Grayson continued. A direct attack could lead to an immediate defeat if the army was significantly larger than the amount of women troops that could be trained and left behind to fight them, and especially if the rest of our army could not reinforce them in time. That didn't make sense to Princess Ebony at all. Why train them if they couldn't win? The next question reflected the confusion she felt with his explanation. How can they defend their land without actually engaging in combat? She asked incredulously. Well, for example, they could burn up any large bridges, making it difficult for soldiers to cross deep rivers and bring their weapons along. Not all fighting is done in the skies, he explained. Okay, thought Princess Ebony. That's not what I imagined. She had never thought of battles being fought in any way except by shifting into their dragons. Prince Grayson continued. They would also round up any livestock that enemy dragons would want to feed on and drive them out of their path. Men and dragons both need food in order to sustain their strength, in order to fight. Shifters need more meat when operating in their dragon form than when they are fighting as men. They would also warn villagers to move out of the way of the invaders and possibly destroy any foods left behind like stored grains and fresh gardens. Ebony started thinking, there is a lot more to battle strategy and defense than I realized. I have so much to learn, she thought, and so much to do. She began to understand things she wanted in Alarion were going to take some time, and she was just beginning to get a realistic realization of a time process she had not considered before. Getting on the throne was not the step, it was a step among many. I think it's time to lead Alarion women out of the Dark Ages, she said dryly. If Prince Edwin is anything like King Liam, I don't see that happening. Prince Grayson chuckled. Ebony narrowed her eyes and tossed her head. His comment angered her. Who says he will be the next monarch to sit on the throne of Alarion? Oh, did I really say that out loud? She thought, appalled at herself. Princess Ebony winced painfully as Prince Grayson actually missed a step and stepped on her toes. He looked shocked. I am sorry, he exclaimed. I just didn't realize there was anyone else who would be in line. Prince Grayson stopped speaking as he understood what she was saying. Oh, I thought women could not rule in Alarion. Ebony refused to back down, even though she knew she had misspoken. She stared into his eyes, daring him to say another word. With a look of determination, she reiterated what she had said earlier. I think it's time to lead Alarion women out of the Dark Ages. They stood still in the middle of the ballroom, neither one of them realizing the music had stopped, and the dance was over. They were staring at each other on the dance floor, grasping the meanings of the things they had just said to each other. People started whispering. King Beriod saw the spectacle they were creating. He strolled up purposely and grabbed Ebony by the hand and began to lead her in a dance as the musicians started playing the next selection. What was that all about? He hissed. Princess Ebony grimaced when she came back to herself and realized who she was with. Ow! You're squeezing my fingers too tightly. King Beriod loosened his grip on her hand. Grimly he said again, what was that all about? Princess Ebony flipped her head. I think I upset him when he realized I didn't believe a word he was saying about Peroria. She lied nonchalantly. King Beriod didn't say a lot more. He had a feeling she wasn't telling the truth. Ebony couldn't wait to dance with Prince Grayson again. She wanted to learn more about Peroria, but at the same time she was afraid she would reveal more about herself to him than she should. Prince Kern came and asked for another dance, and then Prince Idris. She saw Prince Adrian passed out on a chair. That was fine by her. Then there was another dance with Prince Kern before Prince Tai, and Prince Duro asked for one. She kept looking for Prince Grayson, but every time she thought Prince Grayson was going to approach her, he disappeared. Princess Ebony's feet were tired and her toes were hurting. Her head had started pounding. She was tired of the inane gossip as the lesser royals were stepping up for a dance between the princes and King Beriod. She was becoming downright angry. She was angry because it seemed like the Prince of Peroria didn't want to dance with her. Who did he think he was? Did he think he was too good to dance another dance with her? She was angry because she had almost betrayed herself and revealed Nova and her plans to him. She was angry because she didn't want a mate, and this attraction to that man in the black suit was unsettling. She was angry at King Liam because he had put her in this position, forcing her to choose a mate tonight. She was angry at King Beriod for his presumptions and possessiveness. She was angry at Prince Idris for being so stupid and wearing that awful green suit. She was angry at Prince Tai for having such a big nose, and at Prince Kern for the pimple on his nose. She was angry at Prince Adrian and the disrespect he had shown to her and her father for being so drunk. She was angry at Prince Duro for thinking she was good enough to settle for. Nova stirred as she realized Princess Ebony was beyond angry. She reached out to try to calm her before she lost control. Ebony did not notice. She was past caring about anything as she went into a screaming rampage.